Well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zeeks. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with a rising power in the Far East. The accused in dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Saseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, are you gonna drink that or just sniff it? Regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, the student is accused of a most sinister act. Oh, okay, he's not gonna drink it all, just gonna toss it into the water. Nice. Thanks for littering. Right, and we're back. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Light here, and we're back for some more Great Ace Tourney, and it's time for the fun word segment. Alright, let's see how we fare against the Reaper of the Bailey this time. It's 10 a.m. Old Bailey Courtroom. Oh yeah, the jury members. I wonder who we have this time. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. We don't want to proceed. We give up. Goodbye. Imagine. The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord. The defense is ready, my lord. Eyes every time. We'll get used to it, step by step. The Pennias are a truly fascinating breed. Sorry, what? Great. Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. Oh no. You are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago, a mere amateur. Hey. Do you have a point? Yeah, stand your ground, Viunosuke. Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. Hey, gee. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Sato-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Oh, great, here comes the wine again. What an alcoholic we have here. Very true. And the most fascinating, if dark, trial it was, too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. You stood acquitted, in this unfortunate, violent end. Hey, but like, are you boasting about that, really? Like, what? Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in fine fettle. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? No way. You never know when you might be down in your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear. Oh, well, not me. What you see is what you get, in a peace-loving fellow. Ready to say, I think it's quite possible that mustached foreigner did the deed. Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. Sorry, didn't quite catch that. Oh no. We've got quite the cast of characters this time, don't we? Very well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zeeks. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with a rising power in the Far East. The accused in dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Saseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, are you gonna drink that or just sniff it? Regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, the student is accused of a most sinister act. Oh, okay, he's not gonna drink it all, just gonna toss it into the water. Nice. Thanks for littering, but plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. A knife crime? I tell you, from better experience, those are the worst bloody oath they are. Just look at that sallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese. Are you kidding me right now? Come on, let's get this over with me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Sorry? Didn't quite catch that. Oh no, juror number 6 is not going to be any help at all, is he? Pray, forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hollow chalice here in this great chamber. Then why do it? You're just gonna be like, oh, forgive me. Crazy. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Oh, is it Gregson? Yay, it's Gregson! Your name and occupation, please. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. I beg your pardon, Inspector? Thought to be? Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since. What? So they don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose, I see. But her life is not in danger. Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at the street map. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago at around 5 in the afternoon. What's that road? Calabash Road? What a weird name. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. Well, that's a cute indicator. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Oh, that's cute, the little icons. They're like, victim and culprit. Supposed culprit. Suspect, that's the term I'm looking for. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared, and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please. This file has been entered into the court record. File containing an overview of the case and details about the victim. She was found with a knife in her back and is currently in the hospital, yet to regain consciousness. Okay. What of the weapon that was used? Sir, I have that here. It's removed from the victim's back. Oh, just that big thing started to make me scared to walk down the street now. With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. Even this scragged-looking Sasaki-san, I suppose. Common regarding jackknife, I would say, rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. Large but commonplace folding knife, found lodged in the victim's back. Okay. Now then, what do we know with the motive? Money or valuables, I presume? From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. Well, in that case, are we looking at some deep-seated resentment toward the victim? I'm afraid I couldn't say. But from business second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Knotsmead, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim.
Yes!
Yay, the yes is back. Put your hand down, sir. If theft and grievance had been ruled out as the motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have had for stabbing a young woman? Yet you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way.
Objection!
Oh no. Really, sir? You're quite the litterer today, aren't you? Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. Into the public gallery, too? What if somebody got injured, this jerk? But your words have soured its hallowed bouquet. Words, you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here. What? What? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. explained to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student. Yes, sir. Because we were bored, that's why. That would be quite the testimony. Yes, arrest, let's see. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. There was being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found a bloke to arrest him. I'm guessing timing is what we're looking for, because the receipt, is this a receipt? Yeah. Let's be examiners. 4:45 p.m. 72 shillings. Okay, so we should make sure that it's the right things we're looking for and the time. Okay, on books, you say? Yes, my lord, I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime taken immediately after the incident. Yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. Okay. You Nipponese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well, forgive me, Lord Van Zeeks, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Mr. Soto? Do go on. Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now you mention it. When we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us what had all happened. As I was walking along that cursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was, and just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold, hard slopes of stone at my feet. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. Okay. A green overcoat. That's exactly what the woman in that print is wearing. Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. There was nobody else there at the time. Just the two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there was nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman. A fact that the accused concedes. Aren't you annoying, Sir Van Zeeks? It seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. I just hope that pressing this time won't cause all of them to, fling their flames into guilty, like last time. Okay, we know this. I don't think we need to press this. No one else but the victim and the accused. We know this as well. The victim was stabbed from behind, collapsed on the pavement. Okay. Let's start pressing from here. Mr. Natsume's belongings? I think you'll find it's all there in the photographic print at the crime scene. Yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. They were apparently damaged after falling in the snow, of course. The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand, which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. He's very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He's managed to close the one avenue of escape we might have had before we even knew it was there. You mean to say that the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust a knife into the woman's back? That must be what happened, my lord. Yes.
Hold it!
The defendant apparently visits a second-hand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. It's not full of old English literature. Commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his solid scholarly attention. The box room is stacked floor to ceiling with those mostly old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, I must. I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. Closest second-hand bookshop to the accused lodgings is this place here, Bourbon Brooks. The little place in the corner of Briar Road and Merscombe Street. As it happens, the accused is currently living in lodging on the other side of Briar Road at the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this. Okay. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home for that particular shop. Mr. Naruhodo, I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. Yes, I agree. The most important point that the inspector just made being its location. Crucial detail on what you've just told the court, Inspector, is the location of the bookshop. Couldn't agree more. So, where is it exactly? Why you writing me up, Sunshine? I just explained that. I got the map on and everything. He's red blooming ink and drew the bloke's route home for you. And I distinctly remember seeing not along, Counsel. Oh, yes, of course. I must have been so nervous I didn't take it in. Wonder if the day goes to you, my learned friend. Oh no, not yet. Trials have just begun after all. Mr. Naruhodo, I would strongly advise you to look carefully through the court record at this stage. Yes, miss. At once, miss. Sorry, I made a mistake, miss. I like making mistakes, it's funny. Do we have to go back? I'm pressing again. Okay, hold on. Okay, press. Yes, we know all this. Let me just check. Aha, the name. That's it. Now it would help to remember the stuff I look at. Yes, we got it. Wish there's like a little fast forward button, but I mean, I guess we might miss stuff if we were to click that. Alright. The name, sorry. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the shop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe. Oh, well, I mean, yes. It could be a very important clue. This poor guy. Very well, not that I can see it being of any great significance, but please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord, whatever you say. The man be any more sardonic? Okay. Objection. If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 second-hand books. And you found that in the accused's room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. My books? Your books? Y-O-R-E, I presume. Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. Eh? What? Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that, well, it's such a small place. I didn't think the accused would have known about it.
Objection!
But in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it.
Objection!
Yes, for what difference it makes. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. I disagree. I mean, after all, I had the street map here, if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if you take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, my books, it may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it may be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir, what you just said? Absolutely, it absolutely could be right. Oh, Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. Turns out that Your Books, my books, it's just here on the next corner of Mersham Street, going east. Okay. I don't know how to say that. Mearsham? I don't even know. And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Oh. But no, like, he could have gone... no, but look, hold on, look. He could have gone the other way around. He didn't have to go through Briar Road, he could have gone through Calabash Road, circled around, and went the other way. That's what I think anyways. Anyway, my learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown the way he regales us with such witticisms. So what if I am training to be a clown? Gosh. To your future career in the circus. Uh-huh. And to your future career of being a litterer. Oh wait, it's not in the future. Here, you put that class down now or I'll put it down for you. I love Susato. Oh my gosh. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. The accused was coming home from Your Books instead of Bourbon Books. There's no doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. Yes, thank you, Inspector. What if he went the other way? Is that a possibility? Allow me to reiterate from my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. And there you go, he broke it. See, litterer. Wherever the man purchases musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Ah! No! Ryunosuke, hang in there. As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. Oh, it is her. I knew she was, the wife of what's-his-face. What did I say? Hey, I've had enough of this now. Beg your pardon, terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Yeah, adjourn of a sex is going to be of no help to us. Listen, Naruto, you mustn't give up. What? What do you mean? Prosecution's assertion is correct. The members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. Ah, she's absolutely right. You must think. You must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. It claims Sasaki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but raise an objection. The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. Poor guy, come on, get a hold of yourself. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. Hey, see, there you go. Like I said, quite possible he could have taken the other way around. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. Yay, look at him go. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that route is what is commonly referred to as the long way round. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? Well, the answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is obvious perpetrator of this crime.
Objection!
Yay! But, yes, I've got it. Obviously, you must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. That's right. As I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. No, isn't this just dandy? I don't believe this. That must hurt, crashing into the wall behind him, jeez. I thank you, my learned friend, and suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Oh, go away. Pray, what say you, insightful jurors? No. But even if that is the case, the defense still... Oh? Oh, no. That's not good. I agree with Lord Van Zieks, wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean... We members of the jury are completely convinced now. Very well. In that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty.
Oh gosh.
Guilty.
No.
Guilty.
Guilty! Guilty!
Oh no. It's even worse than last time. They're all together, all at once. Can we do the whole turn their opinion around again, or not? Or is it only a one-time thing? It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. Put the wine away, sir. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve Queen and country admirably. Hello. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those are the eyes of query not yet willing to give up and die. Come on, Ryunosuke. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Rights of the defense written into antiquated British law that should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out a summation examination if so chooses. If it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with the summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm not too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his uncle's refusal to throw in his alley. Oh, Mr. Fairplay. Sorry, Mr. Fairpecker. Very well then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Alright, so we just present the ones that contradict each other, right? If I remember right? Additional findings. Here we go. Jurors' contentions. For Petit's sake, the little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he? He said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why he can only have been the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can't we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. Your books, yes. Nice shop, that. But Bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. I have no idea how to do this one. The only minor exception is the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Ugh, why did he have to run away like that? How are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody can see? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. We want to force the trial to continue. Yes, I know, I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Yes, my lord. Ouch. I just need to keep this trial going somehow, whatever it takes. Come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it. Okay. I still find this so cool. Such a cool mechanic. We can press. Yeah, there's no one else I'm green it could have possibly been. Oops. I think we gotta do some pressing for now. Let's just press. Okay. Excuse me, but aren't you... Yes, that's right. I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face, or the side of it anyway. I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. It was all going swimmingly until you started sticking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry. Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and that young hatter pegged as criminals. Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Now there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around and the police have been badgering me non-stop. If I could turn back the clock... Well, anyway, I don't know about the hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. I'm free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Thank goodness. Alright, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind, given our awkward history. Oh dear, I wonder what's become of Mr. First now. Actually, yeah, I wonder.
Hold it!
You're right that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits to having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Oh, quite, that's precisely my point. Clearly, that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly, that funny little Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit. But let us not forget, madam, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward, honestly, claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. But if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Oh, I really couldn't say. After all, you are foreign. This is say what goes through your funny little minds. I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated that there is nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could possibly have committed this awful crime. Duh. If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Wait, it couldn't be more simple. Your argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must admit. Oh my, you are too kind, my lord. That went well for her. I'm a bit confused on who to hit.
Hold it!
So I'm pressing. Can't deny there are other routes Mr. Nospik could have taken back from your brooks. Oh yes, like you drew on the map, you mean? What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely. But it seems to me that what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Well, yes, that's true. And at that moment, there's no proof that shows he did, is there? Oh, yes, that's true as well. And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Oh, yes, that's annoyingly true. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quickly as possible. Oh, yes. Why is all this true? Still, really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road. Supposed to be convincing you here. Giving it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind and whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone to Calabash Way, it'd be different. You'd be happy to consider my position in that case, honest, I would. A reason why Sasaki-san might have taken the longer way home. Yes, a good reason. Don't imagine you'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one. I don't think we have anything proving that, though. Okay. This is a tricky one here. What happens to matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garada, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsume in his room. The master's wife? Where do you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid, you understand? Just keeping up that charade. This is going to be awkward. Why didn't she mention this yesterday? That you'd been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. Oh, well, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsume, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's right. Although he's only been in a little over a week now. And in that time, surely he must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsume look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Oh my goodness me, yes, he's just the sort. What? Spending all his time in that dark and dingy room, sporting that unscrupulous mustache. The man never speaks, and don't get me started on those shifty eyes while the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. Oh dear, poor Mr. Natsume. How could people say such things about him? He's just a harmless bookworm. Nothing more. Oh, you just called him a worm, so... Anyway, I'd better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. She said enough damning things already. Okay. Got work to be doing.
Hold it!
A man's life is on the line here, sir. This will take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's. Alex, if you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat. neither do the wife and kids. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and the way's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. It's a hard slog from dawn to dusk, it is. So, you were out digging up the roads on the day of the incident as well, were you? That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just around the corner from where it all happened. By the old bookshop it was. What? Another coincidence? That's right. Meerschaum Street it was. Meerschaum Street? On the map, Mr. Naruto, there are only 3 named streets. Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point in that? Can't we just get this business over with now? Please, sir, it's important. Just, fine, I'll do it then. Okay, who said... This is it.
Objection!
Yes, there we go. Those 2 statements are clearly at odds with one another. Oh, it's counsel? Explain yourself. Please, don't point. It wasn't me, I swear. That's good. What? I just want to get this done and dusted. Well, juror number 3. Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? Juror number 5's words just now are extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's been said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited this bookshop to purchase a number of second-hand books. And on the same day, we now know that there were works being carried out on Meerschaum Street, making it impassable. Which means the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Meerschaum Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course. What do you think, sir? Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you? We must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way. So, the only conclusion is this. The defendant must have taken the longer route back to his lodgings. Yes, I suppose he must have. Why, I suppose that must be right, eh? Juror number 3, you said the phone. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop. But, we see now, he had no choice. Yes! My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may. Yes? I don't think in all good conscience that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. Yay, thank you. What about you, sir? Eh? Oh, me? Well, alright then. There's a hole in the prosecution's argument. It should be filled in, that's what I say. Yay! We got 2. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto. That was wonderful. Well, we've managed to change a couple of minds at least. It's strengthened our position somewhat. Yes, and we'll prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider their stance as well. I'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Now, if only we could just identify one more clear discrepancy that would make them stop doubting Mr. Natsume. We might be able to tip the balance completely. Yes, that's exactly what we've got to do. And Zix is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent, whatever it ever means we have at our disposal. Oh yeah, take that. Thank you, counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. I'm gonna press the last guy. See if it even changes anything, but may as well.
Hold it!
Sorry? Hold it, you say? Hold what? No. What I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? My books? I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of old tea. That's my daily routine, you see? Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. Now, at what time did you visit your books in the day in question? Well, I was picking out books in there all afternoon, and it would have been just before 5 that I left. Aha! That's the one he saw. That's my daily routine, you see? Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. Just before 5, you say? Exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time? Oh yes, no mistake there. I remembered it very well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry. Not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on ice and dunked my head. Always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. I really thought my number was up. Aww. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road? That's right. I live in Cornpipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. My books? Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Sorry? Extremely sick? Oh no, quite alright right now. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. You've changed 2 of the jurors' minds, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, just 2 more to go. Deliver the finishing blow now. Time to turn the tables here. Wish I knew how to do a Sasado takedown. Those words will have to suffice for now. Alright, we don't care about you anyway. No.
Objection!
Go! Those 2 statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning. A flaw? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2, juror number 6. My, whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable, it's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure here. Bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books, my books, and purchased a number of second-hand titles. He then returned home on foot. The man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we are all well aware of this. For a young woman who was stabbed, obviously.
Objection!
Can we really be sure of that, madam? My, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my! Exclamation mark. My goodness, you mean... That's right. I'm referring, of course, to the hard of hearing juror number 6. Are you really suggesting that the person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes is a jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? Oh, that is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Oh, look at that. My goodness me. Sorry, you need a pee? Oh my goodness. And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in green in the overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person whom Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home. Oh my! Look at that, we did it! You idiot old man! If you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming about there, we would have boxed this off hours ago. And really, what were you thinking, wearing such a befuddling coat? What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days? Is it a crime to slip over on the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat? Is it? My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but you'd like to change your leading, I presume? I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty. Thank you. And I would too. What? Is it a crime to change your mind? Is it? This poor guy. Well, calm down, sir. Well, look at that. We did it. Alright. We'll continue on next time. That was fun. This poor old guy, everyone's attacking him. Alright, so we have a bit more to think about. Take that, Van Zeeks, you litterer. Alright, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.